Good evening, everyone. It is so good to have you here with us tonight. My name is Reggie Rivers. I'm a host with the Gala team. I'm excited to be here for the Adoption Exchange's 33rd annual and first ever virtual gala. Now, social distancing might stop us from getting handshakes and hugs, but it's not going to stop us from showing love and commitment to this organization and its important mission. And before we get too far down the road, let's talk technology logistics. So you can participate tonight on any device you choose, whether that's a desktop, laptop, tablet, or a cell phone. While you're watching this broadcast, you should see all of your donate and bid options on the left of your screen, so you can watch the show and donate and bid all on one device. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing, which I'm not really introducing to most of you, but introducing to some of you, the Adoption Exchange's CEO, Lauren Arnold. Lauren, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing wonderfully this evening. I get to keep my mask on, so Reggie, the more important one, can keep his off. But I wanted to just say thank you, Reggie, for being here yet again and having another year with us to go virtual. As you can imagine, those of you watching from home, this simply is not what we had anticipated over a year ago when we started planning this. But I do want to thank you all for being here. This is a moment in time that reminds us all that we need people to help us thrive. We need smiles, we need handshakes, we need hugs to bring us joy and hope and inspiration. And that's something that reminds us of the power and importance of human connection, something that kids in foster care get so little of. So really, thank you all for watching this event from home. It means so much to all of us, to the kids in foster care and to our organization, that your support and commitment have not wavered despite this current circumstances.
Yes, that is wonderful, Lauren. And as an adoptive parent myself, my wife and I adopted our son when he was 3, and now he's 17 and a junior in high school. I second the notion of the gratitude for all of you being here to support this wonderful organization. All right, so we're going to get back to Lauren in just a few minutes. Let's talk about our agenda for this evening. So first, we're going to discuss why we're here doing this virtual gala. Second, we'll tell you how you can get signed up to participate and contribute. Third, we'll hear from longtime board member Brad McNeely and get a better understanding of what the Adoption Exchange does and why it's so important. Fourth, Lauren will come back and share a very exciting announcement with us this evening. Fifth, we'll conduct a paddle raiser so we can all get involved. Sixth, we've got 5 amazing live auction items that are up for bid right now. And then we'll wrap up with some remarks from special guest Katherine Heigl, and we will celebrate our success here this evening. All right, so help us spread the word about this evening by using the hashtag AdoptGala2020 on your social media channels. Be sure to share your photos with us so we can celebrate together virtually as much as possible. All right, so why are we here? You know, COVID-19 has forced nonprofits all over the country to cancel, postpone, or otherwise abandon their plans for their annual galas. So the board and staff at the Adoption Exchange had a big decision to make. Should they postpone, not knowing when the end of this crisis would come, or should they cancel and just skip this year's event? Well, ultimately, they concluded that postponing was too risky, canceling was too devastating to the fundraising needs of the mission, and so they decided to go virtual. So here we are, and here you are. Thank you for making the Adoption Exchange a priority tonight. All right, so next on our agenda, we want to make sure you know how to bid. Get registered to bid. Follow the instructions on your screen. You can go to the website taevirtualgala.givesmart.com. You can text TAE Virtual Gala to the number 76278. If you need any help, call Kirby or email her, and she can help you get registered. And please do that now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we want to give a special shout out to our sponsors this evening. The coronavirus has dramatically shifted their worlds too. Some of our sponsors have lost revenue, some have had to lay off workers, but despite their own troubles, they have not forgotten about the Adoption Exchange, and they continue to support at a time when that support is needed most. We are appreciative of their commitment to the Adoption Exchange. And here's a reminder to all of you. If one of our sponsors is open for business right now and they offer a service or product that you need, please place an order with them. They can really use it. It'll lift their spirits. It'll help them pay their employees' salaries. And in this time of crisis, we really want them to know that we've got their backs the way that they've always had the Adoption Exchange's back. All right, so a big round of applause for all of our sponsors this evening. And we want to pay special attention to our presenting sponsor, Regal Entertainment. Thank you, Regal, for all that you do for the Adoption Exchange. We also want to have a special thank you to our matching gift sponsors, Rich and Andrea Montoni, and 2 additional anonymous donors who have agreed to match every dollar donated tonight up to $75,000. Thank you. Thank you. We also want to say thank you to some of our major sponsors this evening: Brownstein, Hyatt, Farber, Schreck, Walker Edison, Wendy's, Mask Publishing, the JNF Foundation, and of course, Brad and Carol McNeely. Thank you all for your continued support. And you know, speaking of Brad and Carol, I can't think of a better way to kick off an event that's focused on the future than with a special message from a longtime board member and longtime advocate, Brad McNeely.
37 years ago, Dr. Dixie Vandefleur Davis recognized that more needed to be done to place the more challenging kids in the foster care system with loving families they could call their own. She not only recognized something more needed to be done, she developed a vision of how to go about doing it and had the compassion to devote the rest of her career to making a difference. It's hard to imagine that those first kids that became part of families with parents and grandparents and siblings are now in their 50s. Many of them have children of their own and even grandchildren, multi-generational families, then and now. All they needed was a loving family and an environment in which they could thrive. Over the years, the adoption exchange has evolved to best meet the needs of the time. Some of our focus has shifted more to older youth and those with special needs who tend to languish more in the foster care system than the younger children. All children deserve a permanent, loving home, no matter what their individual challenges may be because of what life has thrown at them. I don't think even Dixie thought that over the next 37 years, the adoption exchange would impact the lives of over 10,000 children and families. 10,000. What an incredible achievement. But while we are ever so grateful and humbled by the success, our focus remains on the kids who are in the foster care system today. New kids enter the system every day, and new kids become available for adoption every day. The adoption exchange could not have accomplished what it has without its incredible staff, an amazing army of volunteers, and of course, donors. Thank you all for helping make that difference for the first 10,000. But more importantly, thank you for making it possible to continue to make that difference in the lives of the children and families we serve today and that we will serve tomorrow. Together we have, are, and will continue to make a difference.
Wow, thank you, Brad. We really appreciate your leadership and commitment over the years, and just listening to those statistics of 37 years impacting 10,000 families and children. It's amazing, and I love the line that all kids deserve a permanent, loving home. That is so true. All right, it's my pleasure now to reintroduce Lauren Arnold, CEO of the Adoption Exchange. And Lauren, I hear you have a big announcement to share this evening.
We do, Reggie. Thank you so much. And thank you, Brad, for reminding us of the history and journey of the Adoption Exchange. I know you are out there watching, and I really do want to thank you for the video. For here at the Adoption Exchange, for 37 years, we've held on to one belief. And that belief is that we believe every single child deserves to go through life with at least one caring adult by their side. Just one. That's all it takes, just one. So every day for those 37 years, we've shown up for kids in foster care. We connect them with adults they can rely on. We connect them with adults that shape their hopes, that share their sorrows, and who surround them in love and who help them heal from the past. But interestingly, as the world has grown around us and changed over those 37 years, we started to realize that our name, the Adoption Exchange, was actually getting in the way of that healing. It was creating confusion, misconceptions, really challenging our kids in a different way. So a few years ago, with a number of board members and staff and everybody on board, we embarked on a journey to come up with something new, a new name, a new way to talk about our work, a new way to draw people in. We wanted something uplifting, something that created hope, that spoke to the breadth and depth of all that we do to help children heal. And after a very long process where we considered hundreds, and I truly mean hundreds of different names, we officially landed on one. And on Monday, October 5th, that's just 2 days from now, the Adoption Exchange will become Raise the Future. We are so excited to bring this new name and all that goes with it to you, to our families, and most importantly, to the kids we serve. As this night unfolds, you'll see our new logo and our new name in action. We hope you're as excited as we are. On Monday, when it's all official, you can check out our new website at raisethefuture.org. And as we launch into a new name, I want to remind you of one thing. We haven't changed a thing about what we do. We're just changing how we talk about it. And so let's watch a video where it will remind us who we are at Raise the Future, what we do, and why it's so important.
So I can't say we were meant to find each other. We were made for each other. But I also cannot imagine a child that fits with me more perfectly.
Raise the Future believes every young person deserves to go through life knowing they have a caring adult by their side. Every day, we show up for kids in foster care by listening to their needs and introducing them to adults they can rely on. Without these critical, lasting connections, many children find themselves back in the foster care system. We surround these connections with support so that they grow into meaningful, lasting relationships that help our youth heal from the past. To truly raise the future, we must raise the bar for what it means to support youth and families as they navigate life.
Raise the Future allowed me to see a lot of people who were really nice and were wanting to help those who don't have a family and want one.
And as soon as we started talking to him, it was just an instant click. Like his adoption recruiter calls us 3 peas in a pod.
Age should not be a barrier to unconditional love and support. When youth grow into adults and age out of the system, they are left to navigate the complexities of life without the support they need to succeed. When a connection is made, it's just the beginning of a child's transition into the future. Youth need time, space, and services to properly heal, and their new families need tremendous support to make their connections last.
Well, it's super simple because I want to be a carpenter, a vet, a professional bobsledder, a professional ski jumper. I want to be like Neil Patrick Harris, and I want to be 1,000 other things. We are a team, but totally not partners in crime. I'm partners in crime with myself. A very good crime.
Oh, what a cutie that girl is. And she wants to be a million things, and why not? Right? With our support, she can be any of those things that she named. And it's so adorable to see the dream and the comfort and the confidence that that young lady has. And so we're grateful that you're here tonight. And we've reached that part in our program where we can all get involved and make a difference. Because alone, any one of us can only do so much. But together as a team, we can make a big difference for Raise the Future. Get used to that new name, Raise the Future. So I remind you again, if you haven't yet registered, please do so now. And we're going to do our paddle raiser now. We're going to ask for support at different levels. And we hope that you'll contribute at least once today when you hear a level that matches your means and matches your commitment to this wonderful organization. And just a reminder, we have 3 matching gift sponsors. So their combined total, the first $75,000 that we raised tonight will be matched dollar for dollar. So please join us to increase the impact Raise the Future has on children and families. And so our first level today is $15,000. I want to ask if there's anyone who would like to donate $15,000 tonight. And I can see here on my iPad that we've got the Hackmeister Family Foundation at $15,000. Thank you so much to the Hackmeister Family Foundation. Anyone else want to contribute $15,000? And while you're thinking about that, Lauren, I wanted to ask you, what does $15,000 mean for Raise the Future?
You know, we do this intensive recruiting effort, and $15,000 allows us to do that intensive recruiting for a child until they find a family.
Okay, that is wonderful. And you guys are very good at that recruitment and finding families and supporting foster kids. Anyone else want to donate $15,000 tonight? If so, please go ahead and make a contribution. We're going to move down one level to $10,000. And I can see that we have a couple of people in here already. We have Dave Zinger at $10,000. Thank you so much. We have an anonymous donation of $10,000. Thank you. We appreciate that. We've got Jamie Moyer at $10,000. Board Chair Jamie Moyer, thank you for your continued commitment. And I want to ask you, Lauren, what would $10,000 mean for Raise the Future?
You know, one of the things that we do to actually connect and find those adults for kids is we have these connection events. So with $10,000, we can run 10 connection events where kids can build those organic knowledge of the families and adults that are out there.
That is wonderful, and we've got a couple more here. We've got Linda and John Gottsfeld at $10,000. Thank you so much. We've got Brad and Carol McNeely. Brad and Carol, thank you so much for your continued commitment. We've got Sheila Buckley at $10,000. Anyone else want to join in at the $10,000 level? That is 6 people so far at $10,000. Anyone else want to join in? Please just make your contribution. Let's move to the $5,000 level, and Lauren, I want to ask you again, what would $5,000 mean for your organization?
This is my favorite level to talk about because at $5,000, we can do 6 months of a bear hug of support around a family that's learning how to help a child heal. We could do that in their home and give them coaching and all the tools that they need to do that.
A bear hug of support to help a family learn how to do this. I love that. I think a bear hug of support is an exact perfect analogy of what this is. So at $5,000, please make your donations. I do see that we have a couple of $3,000 contributions here. We have Peggy Vincent at $3,000. Thank you, Peggy. We have Mark and Mariana Tangway at $3,000. Thank you both for your contributions. Anyone else want to join in at this level at $5,000, please make your gift. And we're going to move down another level to $2,500 now. And at $2,500, Lauren, what does that mean for your organization?
You know, one of the things that our kids are so excited to do is show their best selves to the world. And to do that, we need professional photographers, professional videographers. So $2,500 would allow us to do that for 10 kids, which is amazing.
That's wonderful. Okay. So Michael Zollner, thank you very much for your $2,500 gift. We appreciate that commitment and support. So please make your donations. Keep those donations coming in. We are raising a lot of money. And remember, the first $75,000 that we raise here tonight is being matched by those generous donors. We're going to move down to $1,000. And Lauren, what does $1,000 mean for Raise the Future?
You know, this is another of my favorites. One of the things that we do, particularly in our Utah office, is we really do Christmas presents for our youth that are in foster care. It's called Sub for Santa. And so you can substitute for Santa at $1,000. You can do that for 10 kids in foster care.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, listen, this $1,000 level, we've got a few people here who've made contributions. We have Alex and Kim Zakroff. Thank you very much. We have Eric Jensen at $1,000, thank you. George and Mary Pearlstein, thank you very much for your donation. We have Peter Kalin, thank you. Nate and Mandy Dozis, thank you very much for your $1,000 gift. We have Mark Timkin and Wendy and Rick Thornton, all at $1,000. Thank you so much for your generosity. Please keep those donations coming. And as you can see on your screen, you've got some names that are scrolling on your screen of donations that have come in. As we move farther down, we have 3 levels left that we're specifically asking you to join in and support. We have $500, $250, and $100. And we hope that you'll join in at one of those 3 levels and be part of a $1,000 team. We would love to see this total, fundraising total for Raise the Future, keep going up in $1,000 increments, and you might not be able to donate $1,000, but 2 people at $500 is another $1,000 for Raise the Future, or 4 people at $250 is another $1,000 for Raise the Future, or 10 people at $100 is another $1,000 for Raise the Future. And so we ask all of you to be part of one of these $1,000 teams to keep this number advancing. If you have already made a contribution, we ask you, make another one at one of these last 3 levels, at $500, $250, or $100, and keep this organization moving forward to support the kids and families that they support. And so we appreciate your donations. We have at $500 here, I see Nate and Mandy Dozis, Brent and Marion Nizer. We've got John DiMatte, hope I pronounced that correctly. We've got Joseph Abel, Carrie Perlman, Ellen Davis, Rick Thornton, Optimix LLC, Pam Kiker, Susan and Wes Ganter, Lynn and Dan Buckley. Thank you so much for your gifts. At $250, we've got Mary Jo Borrelay. We've got Tyler Carner, Connie Vigil, Casey Adams, Susan and Tom Larkin. That was Susan and Tom donated $300. Thank you very much. We've got Peggy Vincent at $200. Thank you. We appreciate your generosity. And then quickly, here are a few at $100. We have Margaret Moyer, Leslie Ellis, Mark Conklin, Anna Marshall, Rachel Benedict, Brina Larson, Debbie Kaufman, Elizabeth Engebretson. I hope that that's close, Elizabeth. Deborah Bloomberg, Aaron Wilson, and Sean Wilson. Thank you so much for your generous support. Susan and Tom Larkin, thank you again. We appreciate all of your gifts. Please keep them coming in. We're going to announce our fundraising total in just a little bit, but thank you so much for your generous support. All right, so we're going to move on with our program now, but keep those donations coming in. Together as a team, you can provide the financial support that Raise the Future needs to continue its important mission. So want to remind you that stay tuned to hear our special guest later this evening. You may have seen her on the big screen recently, and by big screen, I mean your living room television screen. It's Katherine Heigl, and surprising, she is an adoptive parent as well. But before then, we have a client named Ellie at the Adoption Exchange who would like to share a few words.
I often wondered why I had to go through the things I did, why I was so unlovable, why people always treated me horribly, why I didn't have this normal life that I watched other people have. I lost hope. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere, and I didn't feel that I deserved happiness. I met Sean and Matt in a placement for foster kids who are still waiting to find a foster home or just their permanent placements. And they would come in and volunteer and teach about geology and play fun games with us.
There was something special about the relationship with Ellie that just seemed very natural, just seemed very unique.
You could tell she was shy, but she also loved meeting people.
And it was soon after that that my wife and I decided to get really serious about the prospect of fostering and adopting and doing classes.
My name is Elizabeth F. Halter. For the first 16 years of my life, I bounced around different homes within my biological family, and I had many different caregivers. I was in residential placements. I was made promises by different people, only for them to not follow through with those promises. I was abused. I was bullied in school and at home. I didn't seem to fit in anywhere.
It's something that you don't want anyone to ever have to go through. The things that Ellie has persevered through will only make her a stronger person that will be able to take on the world. And I really think that she can do that.
You know, when we met her, she didn't think she would live past 18. And now we have a kid who's planning on college and jobs and realize that she can do all of this.
You just have to keep pushing and you have to keep trying. You can't give up. You are worthy of being loved. You are worthy of having happiness in your life. You are worthy of having hope, and you are worthy of having that family.
Wow. Well, thank you, Ellie, for sharing that story with us tonight. That is very inspiring, and we appreciate you for committing yourself to this event tonight. All right, so it is time now for our live auction. It's going to be a little bit different from live auctions that you've experienced in person. Our live auctions, which are premier items categorized in the auction website, have been open for bidding since this morning, and we will close them here shortly. So please get your bids in. Our first item is VIVA Las Vegas. Now, this is a 2-night stay at the Bellagio Salon, in a Bellagio Salon Fountain View Suite. You're going to have dinner for two at any Bellagio restaurant, up to $500, excluding alcohol and gratuity. You're also going to get 2 first-class round-trip tickets on United Airlines. So thank you to United Airlines and MGM Grand for donating this. Now, your airfare is 2 round-trip tickets anywhere in the continental U.S. So you don't have to use them on your Vegas trip. You could use them to go anywhere. You've got a year to use those. Your hotel voucher expires also in a year. Some blackout dates do apply, and it's not available on holidays. Now, the bidding on this right now, we are at $2,300. Rose W. I'm just going to say Rose W. You are in the lead right now. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name, but she's in the lead right now. Get your bids in. This item is going to close in just a little bit. And while you're bidding, take a look at some pictures of this Las Vegas experience and get those bids in. All right, we're going to move on. Our next item is our TRAX adventure. And so this is a snowmobile ride for up to 8 people, aka TRAX adventure. Thank you to Bear River Lodge and TRAX Power Sports for donating this. This is an incredible all-day adventure leaving from Bear River Lodge in Christmas Meadows, Utah. The package includes 8 high-powered Sea-Doo Summit 850 snowmobiles. I mean, just the sound of that. 8 high-powered Ski-Doo Summit 850 snowmobiles. That's a lot of power. It's an exclusive tour by the owner to show the group all the best places to snowmobile in the Wasatch Cache National Forest. So it'll include your helmets, suits, boots, and for each participant. Plus, you're going to have 2 guides leading the way. This does not include gas, oil, or your damage agreement. You can use this between January 3rd and March 31st of 2021, so this coming winter. And our price right now on this is at $1,750. Get your bids in. We will close this in just a little bit. All right. We will move on to item number 3, which is our 8 Bells Winery. This is a virtual tour of Red Willow Vineyard and 8 Bells Winery with a virtual barrel tasting and 2 cases of wine delivered directly to your home. Thank you to 8 Bells Winery, Frank Michaels and Jeff Oberg. And so this is a unique package. We're looking for 12 winners for this one. The item price is $1,000. And you can buy it instantly on your app there. So far, we have sold, is it 3 out of 12? We have sold 3 out of the 12 right now. You can make your purchase right now, and let me tell you what you're going to get for your $1,000. 12 lucky winners will get to participate in a virtual tour of the Red Willow Vineyard and 8 Bells Winery, followed by a virtual barrel tasting led by Frank Michaels. You'll get to taste samples of 3 vintage barrels, 2019 Red Willow Vineyard, Cabernet, and Sauvignon. They'll be shipped in advance to your home. After the tasting, each winner will receive 2 cases, that's 24 bottles, from the group's favorite barrel. It'll be delivered to your door via UPS. The bottles, of course, will be custom labeled to memorialize our event this evening. We have now sold 4 out of the 12 units, so please get your bids on that one. It will close in just a little bit. Okay, we move on to our next item, which is the foursome at the Sanctuary Golf Course. Now, any of you golfers out there, if you've ever played at the Sanctuary, you know it is one of the most beautiful courses in the world. And the only way to get on this course is you either play in a charity tournament that's held at the Sanctuary, or you attend a charity event like this one and you buy it during an auction. That's the only way to get on the Sanctuary Golf Course. Right now our bid is at $2,000. And so in addition to the round at the Sanctuary, you're also going to get 4 round-trip tickets on United Airlines. You're also going to get 2 rooms at the Homewood Suites in Denver Tech Center, which is 15 minutes from the course. Thank you to Dave and Gail Linegar, United Airlines, and Direct Travel for donating this. The hotel rooms are good for a one-night stay only. They can be redeemed at any Homewood Suites by Hilton location. You have until August of next year to use those. The golf certificate must be redeemed by the end of September of next year, and your airfare is good for any trip in the continental U.S. within 1 year of purchase. The bidding right now is at $2,000. Get your bids in. This item will close here shortly. Okay, our final live auction item this evening is South Beach. 3 nights and 4 days in beautiful South Beach, Miami, Florida. You're going to stay at the Hotel Victor in South Beach, compliments of business travel executive. While you're bidding, take a look at these beautiful pictures, and the bidding right now is at $1,500. So please get your bids in. The Hotel Victor is home for the sophisticated traveler, someone who knows to experience affordable, where you can experience affordable South Beach luxury. It's Miami Beach Art Deco, conveniently located within walking distance of the ocean and the Miami Beach Boardwalk. You're going to be in a deluxe king accommodation. Reservations are subject to availability and blackout dates, but it's valid for a year starting on December 1st. Airfare is good for 2 round-trip tickets on JetBlue from any city. Right now, the bidding is at $1,500. Please get your bids in on these items. Before we sign off, we want to give time to a special guest, Katherine Heigl, who's going to share a few words with us.
Hi, I'm Katherine Heigl, and I am an actress, a producer, a wife, and a mother to 3 pretty spectacular children, if I do say so myself. 2 of whom came to me through the power and the blessing of adoption. Adoption has defined my life from the moment I was born because my big sister and best friend Meg is Korean. And I have known for almost as long that I would make adoption a significant part of the family I began one day, to not only honor my sister and the love I have for her and she has for me, but to also honor all the children of the world that need us. Every child deserves a loving, stable, and safe home. Every child deserves to walk through this life with unconditional love by their side. And it breaks my heart that not every one of them will get that. For every child who ages out of the foster care system, 20% become instantly homeless upon emancipation. 71% of young women will become pregnant by the age of 21. 50% will become unemployed by the age of 25, and 25% will become incarcerated within the first 2 years of aging out. We owe it to all youth in foster care to bring a better life within reach. By supporting Raise the Future, you are raising the bar for what it means to support vulnerable youth as they navigate life. Not only can you be a blessing for them, but trust me, they can be one hell of a blessing for you.
Okay. Wow, thank you, Katherine, for those words. And it's, those statistics that she listed are pretty stunning, that 20% will be homeless instantly, 71% of the women will be pregnant by 21, 50% unemployed by the age 25, and 25% incarcerated within 2 years of emancipation. Is stunning, and it just underscores the need for support for these young people. So we appreciate all that you guys have done tonight to contribute. A reminder that our silent auction, our live auction, will close at 6:55 p.m. Mountain Time. So please make your contributions. We appreciate all of you. And as we sign off, we'll have one more special introduction, a message from Raise the Future's Board Chair, Jamie Moyer. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Good evening. My name is Jamie Moyer, and I'm the board chair for Raise the Future. Your support of our programs, even during these difficult times, warms my heart. Reggie, thank you for being with us again this year, even if we had to make sure to stay 6 feet apart. I also want to give a big thank you to our incredible sponsors that made this evening's virtual event, possible. And finally, to all of our families, volunteers, staff, and supporters watching this event with us, bidding with us in the auctions, and donating to the paddle raise, a huge thank you. Because of you, Raise the Future is able to continue connecting youth, supporting families, and creating hope. Thank you for being with us tonight, and have a great evening.